welcome back to Beauty Bee and to a Project 100 Uses update. I'm probably titling this update something really dramatic, like the beginning of the end, because I feel like this project has more or less run its course. So today we're going to be going over my exit strategy for this project. So I have gotten several products up to 100 uses. I will have the correct number up here. I forgot to write that down before I sat down to film. But I have been keeping track of my usage on pretty much all of my color cosmetics up to 100 uses for the past year and a half at this point. And while I really do like tracking my makeup usage, and I actually do want to continue with that, I feel like the updates for this project have gotten to be a little bit boring. I personally don't look forward to these updates anymore, and it's not like I'm making any money off of this channel, so my personal enjoyment is priority 1, 2, and 4. Your guys' enjoyment falls probably around number 3. Sorry, not sorry. Because I have been at this project for so long, though, I really wanted to give it a proper send-off. So the way that I'm going to be ending this is I want to get 5 more products up to that 100 use mark, get them into my 100 club, and then I'll still be tracking. I will probably update you maybe quarterly or so on any additional products that I've gotten to 100 uses, but these monthly updates will cease. So let's talk about the products that I think are likely to be among the 5 that I get up to that 100 use mark first. So I actually pulled 10 items. Most of these have sort of between 60 and 90 uses. Let's start with one of the things that I'm wearing today, actually. This is a NARS lip oil, and it is at 41 uses. Well, I guess it's at 42 now because I got these counts together before I sat down to film. This is actually quite a bit lower than a lot of the other products that we'll be talking about. This is actually by far the lowest, but this is something that I found myself using every day. It's in my project pan for the year. My goal is to finish it this year, and it's just really easy to wear. I can layer it over a wide variety of different lip colors, and it's really comfortable. So I would not be super surprised if this was one of the products that got to 100 first, though that would be 2 months of everyday use. So I hope that this project has ended before then, but we shall see. 2 other products that are in pretty similar category. These are sitting at 60 and 62 uses. Secret Club is sitting at 62 uses. And Sassy Mauve is sitting at 60. And again, these are in my project pan. I'm trying to use these up this year, which I think will motivate me to reach for them quite often. And these have a little bit more use on them than the NARS lip oils do. These would take closer to a month and a half of everyday use to get into the 100 club. And honestly, for Sassy Mauve in particular, there have been periods where I have used this almost every day. So I don't think that that will probably be this next month, but maybe. Here is, I think, actually a quite likely contender are the Colourpop Super Shocks. I just pulled 2. I think I have 5 of these, but here's the shade Flower Child, which would likely account for a good chunk of my use. And here's my Cinderella shade, which I am wearing today also, actually. It's what's giving me some of that glimmer that you see in my inner corner. These are at 65 uses, but these are another product that I've been using almost every day recently, and that would be just over a month of everyday use. I think those are a possibility. Super easy to wear, pretty. I have a variety of shades that go with pretty much any look that I do, so I think those are a possibility. Another one would be my Colourpop singles. My Colourpop singles are currently at 77 uses, and I just pulled a couple to show you. Here I have Earthshine, which is a pink purple. This is not nearly as good as some of the Earthshine swatches I have seen would suggest, but not really the point of this video. Another one that I use a lot, and I'm wearing this today as well over most of my lid. This is Glass Bowl, again from Colourpop. I believe that I have 8 total Colourpop singles, and in total I have used them 77 times. So I feel like those are a likely candidate to get up to 100. I feel like that could probably happen within the next 6 weeks or so. I mean, clearly that's about 3 weeks of everyday use, but spacing it out a little bit, being reasonable, I would guess 6 weeks to 2 months would be pretty reasonable. Next product, I used quite a bit when I first got it, but my pace has definitely slowed down over the months. And this is the Profusion Glam Palette. Here is what that looks like for those of you who have not seen it before. It has a giant, really bright mirror that I can't fully cover with my hands, so I'm trying not to cause anyone pain, which is why it's so far down in the screen right now. But, I mean, there are really pretty shades in here. I think that I could use, especially the 2 neutrals quite often, which are the shades Classic and Rich. I mean, I could use one or both of those shades practically every day. And the quality on this palette, as well as the other Profusion one I own, which is the Emeralds palette, is surprisingly really, really good. It is a palette that I feel would be a reasonable price at a $20 range, and I think I got this one for $6 and the Emeralds one for $5. So, glowing recommendation for Profusion, and right now I have 74 uses on this palette. I think that's a somewhat unlikely contender, but if I just kind of got into the groove of using this every day, if I remember correctly, this makes an okay brow shade on me as well. I could probably do it. So we have 4 products left to talk about. They're all cheek products, and I think that this is probably the category that I'm most likely to hit 100 uses on. I don't tend to rotate through my cheek products nearly as often as I do with eyeshadow or lip products. I mean, I have 2 bronzers that I regularly use, and actually both of those are in this video, so let's talk about those first. First up would be Laguna from NARS. This is just a little guy, but I am sitting at 68 uses on this, so it would take me almost exactly 1 month of everyday use to get up to 100, and I actually don't think that's super likely to happen because I only need 19 days of use to get up to 100 on Park Avenue Princess from Tarte. I've got quite a dip going on there. I think you can actually see it now. Anyway, this is also my project pan for the year, which makes me think that I am pretty likely to use it regularly, and I'm at 81 uses right now. I am pretty sure that this will be one of the first 5 products to get up to 100 uses. Then maybe once I've done that, I can focus a little bit more on Laguna. The other 2 cheek products I have will also probably be in a little bit of competition with one another. The first is this Wet n Wild Baked Blush in Don't Flutter Yourself. This is a pink, and on my skin, I find that it ends up showing quite a bit of gold. Can I get you to see that? there. It's like an icy golden pink. It's really pretty. I use it as a blush topper. And right now I'm at 82 uses on this. And this is a really pretty shade. It's something that I like wearing for every day. And the only reason I'm not 100% certain that will be one of the 5 products that I get to 100 uses first is because of this Cheek Leaders palette. This is from Benefit. It is a trio of some of their boxed products. So this has California, Tickle, and Dandelion in it. And I find that Tickle is quite similar to Don't Flutter Yourself. Tickle actually pulls even more golden, but the vibe is pretty similar. I don't think these are dupes for each other. I think you can definitely see a difference between them. Tickle is a little bit lighter, it's more golden, while Don't Flutter Yourself is more pink. And I could actually see someone potentially using Don't Flutter Yourself as a blush. I think that Tickle would be a hard one for pretty much anyone to pull off as a straight blush. But I tend to use them in pretty similar circumstances. There are 2 other blushes in here, clearly. The one that I use next most often would be Dandelion, but Dandelion's really similar to a blush that I'm actually trying to Project Pan this year. So I think that Tickle will probably account for a large portion of the 10 uses that I have left to get to 100 on this palette. I am almost certain that this will be the first product that I get to 100 uses. And I'm looking forward to that because I really, really enjoy this little palette. I think that about wraps up this video. I will be back a month from today, or somewhere around the 15th of the month, with an update on how far I've gotten on these 10 products. Hopefully I'll have a couple of them up to 100 uses, and then, fingers crossed, the next month should be our finale. So, I hope you've enjoyed this project. I will have the playlist of all of my updates, as well as my intro video, linked up in the cards. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of my exit strategy for this project, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. Thanks again, and I really hope I'll see y'all next time. Bye!